I'm Merrill Markoe. And you know, one thing I've never been is very glamorous, which is why I decided to open my show here, at the county wrecking yard. Because quite frankly, this place kind of looks like my life. One bad accident after another. Anyway, I've always wanted to be a glamorous person, so what I did was made a study, and I think I've been able to distill glamour down to its essence so that even those of us in the geek sector can live our lives more like the people on Dynasty. First, you're going to need a rack of lovely gowns. Or for you guys, gown equivalents. And you're going to need some better hair. Make it easy on yourself. Just buy some. And you're going to want to hire some people who are better looking than you are to hang out with. Like these guys. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Don.
And I'm Ron.
I'll bet you are. You know, guys like this will really dress up your life. Now all you need is a lot of backlighting, and your life becomes an example for others to follow. In fact, now you're entitled to give advice. Right, guys?
That's right, Merrill. I find you enchanting.
I'm completely smitten.
And you're not just saying that because I wrote it for you.
No.
Oh, no.
Get on with it already.
Very well, then. Let the show begin. One important part of leading a perpetually glamorous life is, of course, the ability to light up any room by making a glamorous entrance. Let's watch.
I think I have my glasses, but wait, I think I have them. I would have them. I have two purses on me. I would have them. If I don't have them, I can't see anything. So just a minute. I think I have them. I would come down with that. I was upstairs twice. I don't have them. You know where they are? You know where they are. I know where they are. They're upstairs. Back in 1 second. Let me take 1 second. You have the tickets?
No.
You don't have the tickets? I know where they are.
Well, I don't get it. By what stretch of the imagination is that supposed to have been glamorous?
It's glamorous because I said it's glamorous. This is Merrill Markoe's Guide to Glamorous Living. This is Merrill Markoe's Hot Tub. That's how I do things. If I say it's glamorous, it's glamorous.
I thought it was very glamorous.
Oh, did you? Well, I thought it was extremely glamorous, Merrill. If you do it that way, that's the right way.
Thank you for your sincerity. You know, not everyone is the winner of a genetic crapshoot like you guys. A lot of us have to work at this stuff, which is why we took our Glamorous Living cameras to a great big beauty convention in Long Beach to see how professionals handle things. Okay, what are you having? I've got the baby peas and butter sauce. I've got the tortellini. The journey to glamour always includes a drive on the road to fabulous hair, where we find ourselves en route to Glamour Central, Paris. And you are Renee of Paris. What part of Paris are you from?
Oh, Belleville.
You invented this?
No, exactly. We designed this in Korea.
Why didn't you design it in Paris?
Because it was discovered first in Sweden, in Stockholm.
You ought to be really Renee of Korea, Sweden, and Paris.
Exactly.
A never-ending search for ultimate hair fulfillment is only just beginning. Untold glorious hair frontiers still lie before us.
It's synthetic hair, it's monofiber. Human hair cannot be heat sealed. You have to sew in human hair or glue it in.
What is this?
Well, actually what I'm using gravity as an advantage in cutting hair.
This ceiling really needs a washing. You might talk to someone here.
You're absolutely right.
I'm growing hair where I didn't have it before, where I was bald.
So where's that?
Mainly in the front. I was about 80% bald, and I've been on the product about 20 months. And it's growing now in the front where I was totally slick before.
And what percent bald do you think you are now? Would you?
Oh, 50%, maybe 40%.
Let's say your slogan again one more time, though. I really like it.
Bridging the gap between science and human needs.
Merrill, how come we didn't get to go to the convention?
Not now. We're here at the Institute of Glamour Sciences to talk with Dr. Edward Niemler about some of the really important work he's doing.
Hello, Merrill. I hope you took advantage of the valet parking.
Well, yes, I did. Dr. Niemler, how nice to see you. Very nice to see you. Have you met my assistants, Ron and Don?
No, hello.
Dr. Niemler?
Good afternoon.
Dr. Niemler?
Hello.
Really big fan of all the research you've been doing.
I'm glad someone's enjoyed it.
Why don't you guys go over there and get yourself some of these swell free lab coats? It'd be a nice costume change for you, give you something to do.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a whole pile of them.
Great.
You can have a nice costume change. You'll enjoy that.
Thanks, Merrill.
Yeah, good.
Congratulations on the young men, Merrill. They really dress up the show.
How nice of you to notice.
It's my job. What we're looking at is over here.
Excuse me, Dr. Niemler. What exactly is going on over here?
Oh, this is a new experiment we're doing on the effects of makeup on the levels of milk production. It's a little too early to say anything about it.
Yeah, how does it seem to be going?
The numbers look good. Now, this is the A research here. To live a glamorous life requires a life without chaos.
And chaos in English meaning?
Chaos.
Ah.
This is a man living in a sealed environment. A man accustomed to living in chaos. Or chaos. He's being observed so that he may be retrained. By watching what he does wrong, we will observe the exact moment when orderly living becomes a chaotic mess. Ah. Here we see he's about to enjoy his walnut. He has cracked it carefully. And up. Up. That one piece of walnut shell got away from him. He's ignoring it. There's the male. This is a very critical juncture.
The way in which the discarded portions of mail are dealt with is very key to the control of a messy environment. Let's watch as it unfolds before us.
My God, Dr. Niemler, what happened?
Never. Once the mail arrives, all hell breaks loose. But we have no explanation. Sadly, the Russians are light years ahead of us, and yet this remains the biggest mystery confronting us this century.
Really, this is the biggest mystery of the century?
Well, that's what we put on the grant applications.
Dr. Niemler, our hearts are with you in your struggle. Meanwhile, let's go poolside to see what else I have to say. Thanks, Merrill. You know, I often say to myself, what's the point of living a glamorous life if you can't spend it with someone you love? Of course, sometimes I wonder what's the point of life, period.
Somebody said that the unexamined life isn't worth living.
I think it was Nietzsche that said that.
No. George Papard.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Anyway, one of the best ways to ensure yourself of living a glamorous life is to adhere to the rules of knowing when to shut up. You guys don't think we're overdressed for poolside, do you?
Oh, no.
This is California, Merrill.
That's right.
USLA.
Yeah, I know where it is. How did they do that?
You have a very good sense of humor.
Oh, thank you so much.
I had a wonderful time tonight.
Did you? Well, I did too. Great time.
You did?
Uh-huh.
I just love the time we spend together.
Now this is all you'll ever really need to say. If you're smart, you'll just shut up now.
And I'm not just saying that out of neurotic need.
No.
Because I'm an insecure person and feel like I can improve my own situation by manipulating you into saying the same thing back to me. Although you can, if you want to. Don't bother.
Now you've frightened this man with the curse of too much information. And by the way, he doesn't want to hear about your maniac family.
I won't even mention the fact that I have a psychotic mother who makes me feel so worthless that I can only fall in love with men who are cruel to me, thus causing me to work endlessly, ceaselessly on relationships that I know will be totally futile. It's not that at all with us. I just simply care about you.
Oh, that's nice. Thanks. Gee.
Sure.
I should really go poke the logs. But I'm sorry about your mother.
It's very interesting, isn't it?
Yes, it is very interesting. Fascinating show, Merrill.
Well, I'm so glad you're enjoying it. I'm sorry, but weren't there two of you guys before?
Yeah, he had a call back on Jake and the Fat Man. Look, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. I think I can do both parts. Sure, Merrill, whatever you say. Oh, Merrill, you're always right.
Well,
I think he's holding us back, Merrill.
Listen, we'll talk about that later. Let's
okay.
watch more.
Okay, Merrill. Sure, Merrill, whatever you say.
I can't tell you how sexy and attractive and intelligent you are.
Oh, I am not.
At this point, a perfectly nice evening can still be salvaged, as long as he doesn't make the same mistake she did.
You're not? Are you just saying that, or you're really not? Because, quite honestly, I value your opinion more than my own. I've had a lot of trouble with this. I never can really judge people, so a lot of women, many women, I've said, I find you very sexy and attractive and intelligent, and they go, yes, well, I am that. And then I get sucked right into the relationship, and then I find out we were both wrong, that they really weren't at all. So it's important to me that if I say that and you say no so quickly, it frightens me. You should think it over.
I'm just sorry. I understand.
I should go poke the logs.
No. Let me.
You see what happened because you didn't know when to shut up? Next time, just poke the logs and head on home. The principle of knowing when to shut up applies to a wide variety of potentially glamorous situations. Situations in which a lot of times it's best to let mystique prevail over reality. Watch how a professional handles this. By the way, you guys are still supposed to be here when I get back.
I have a spokesmodel audition at 4 o'clock. Oh, really? Who'd you talk to over there? Don't worry about it. Cast already.
I guess those two gentlemen won't be coming with us today, Miss Markoe. That's kind of a shame. I thought they really dressed up the show. But it's nice to meet you, and I'll be your driver, Bob.
Nice to meet you, Bob. By the way, please call me Merrill.
Oh, thank you, Merrill. Merrill, is there anything I can get you at all back there? Are you comfortable back there, Merrill?
Yeah, no, everything's great.
That's good, Merrill, because if there's anything at all I can do for you, just ask, Merrill.
Just one thing. It would be okay if you stopped calling me Merrill now.
Very good, Merrill.
So, this whole limousine business, this must be kind of interesting, exciting work. You've been doing it long?
About 6 years.
Huh. That's really a long time, so you must like it.
No, not really.
What don't you like about it?
Oh, well, the pay's not that great, and we generally work about 17-hour shifts, 6 days a week. I've gone 36 hours right now without sleeping. I can barely keep my eyes open. Plus, all the sitting you have to do, your lower back starts to get numb, and I'm getting these red welts again on my rear end. I had them before. It was from rubbing against my wallet, and the thing got so darn infected. It looked like an old, like way bananas get that kind of bruising on it. It was almost yellow like that.
Bob, this is a good example of why it's important not to step over the line between polite conversation and too much information. You agree with me there, Bob?
Couldn't agree with you more, and that was part of the problem with it. I was actually leaking this pus through my pants. Talk about polite conversation or polite anything. So what they did was they took the vein right out and took another vein out of my nose.
While we're waiting for the rain to clear up, here's a message of real importance.
Thanks, Merrill. And by the way, those two young men really dress up the show. The right to a glamorous life is not actually mentioned in the Bill of Rights. But I like to think that the founding fathers of this country were, in their own way, a very glamorous bunch of guys. Sure, They were a little more concerned with freedom from tyranny than with lip gloss and setting gel. But if it were not for them, none of us gathered here today would know and enjoy the great freedoms we take for granted. Freedom of religion, freedom of speech, yes, even freedom to be as glamorous as we want. So let's not forget to cherish and protect the great freedoms which make this country a real showplace of glamour for the entire world. Thank you.
One of the things about being a perpetually glamorous person is you've got to be prepared for every eventuality, because you never really know when one of your glamorous friends might be stopping by. So what you do is you just kind of hang out in your entry hall. Like, for instance, right now. Look who's here. It's Late Night Dave Letterman.
Right.
Dave, how nice of you to stop by.
Thank you very much.
You, of course, remember Ron and Don?
Friends of the groom?
Always a pleasure to meet one of Merrill's friends.
Well, nice to see you.
Hi, Mr. Letterman. Can I talk to you in private?
I tell you what, we'll have a nice long talk one of these days real soon, okay?
Okay.
Weenies?
All right. Yes, they certainly seem to be.
No, I'm referring to these 2 trays of flavorful hot hors d'oeuvres. They're for you if you'd like some.
Well, thank you very much. Yes, I'd love to have some of these. These will really come in handy if we happen to pass a petting zoo on the way home. Thank you very much. Listen, Merrill, the reason I am here, I need some first aid supplies.
Well, you know, as a glamorous hostess, I have a full
Excuse me, I don't want to be rude here or anything, but why don't we give this glamour crap a rest, okay? Okay, right, guys? Yeah. I'm going to need some gauze, some surgical tape, and a topical anti-infective.
Oh, yeah, well, I've got that gauze, surgical tape, and, hydrogen peroxide.
Perfect.
There you go.
Oh, that's just great.
Are
Thank
you
you very
all right?
much. Oh, no, I'm fine. These are for my limousine driver. The poor man, I'm telling you, he has these open, weeping sores on his lower back. They're really something to see, and he's suffering considerably.
Wallet problems.
Exactly, it's the wallet problems. Well, I've got to go.
Well, thanks so much for stopping by.
Oh, look, can I go with you? I hate this job. She's goofy and he's totally insane.
And you're what, the ventriloquist?
No.
Have you seen Willie Tyler and Lester? They're very good.
No.
I'm going to leave you people to your own private hell. All right?
I'm ready to go.
Hey, nobody's going anywhere, Pinhead. We're all staying right here until the show is over.
You want to teach him a lesson, Merrill?
No one needs to teach any lessons right now. Instead, let's take a look at some fabulous accessories. So this is really the height of glamour, though.
Oh, yeah. And 14-karat gold.
So now tell me again the name of this company.
Spirit of Love Jewelers.
How did you pick the name?
The Lord gave us that name, as a matter of fact. We were born again 5 years ago.
So you were born again and then you got the idea to put diamonds in fingernails?
Uh-huh.
It's fashion jewelry. It's cubic zirconia, gold-plated or gold-layered.
Is this stuff a petroleum product?
No, it's not a petroleum product.
What are the chemicals in the chemical compound?
I can't cite the recipe offhand.
It's not the same recipe that they use for Campbell's soup, is it?
It probably varies a little bit.
So cubic zirconia is helping to bridge the gap between science and human need.
It certainly is.
And the name of your company is?
Afternoon Delight Hats and Accessories.
So you think this is a good style for men?
I think it's wonderful. I think it's a style to make people happy, fun, to go to parties.
It doesn't matter what your hair looks like. You put one of these on and
it always looks like this.
Instantly began glamorous.
Instant glamour.
Instant glamour. Instant glamour.
That's for me.
This is like going to a fancy dinner, to the opera, to a show.
Boy, that was some opera, wasn't it, guys?
Oh, sure was, man.
By the way, this doesn't make me look like a jerk, does it?
No, you look terrific. Great.
You know, an important part of glamorous living is having a good working staff in the home. Unfortunately, sometimes there comes a time when you must fire those who are serving you poorly.
Oh, does that mean we're finished?
No, you have to stick around. I can't fire you. I'm not sure what you do yet. Instead, let's take a look at how I might handle a much more difficult situation. So the deal is, guys, you're done. It's a wrap. Maria, Harvey, I feel really bad about this. Of course, not nearly as bad as you feel, but, you know, still really bad for me. So if it's not too much trouble, you guys can take a hike now. Go on. And send in the other 2 on your way out. Sit. Okay, I've been going through my financial records, and it's come to my attention that I'm putting about $100 for each of you out per month, and I'm just wondering, how exactly do you justify that sort of financial outlay?
Cost of living increases. Services rendered. We can itemize it for you.
Okay, why don't you do that? What services rendered?
Huh? What services?
You gotta be kidding, lady. Like right now, sitting at your feet in a room. We get $6 an hour for that. Age.
You're kidding me, right? You're charging me to sit in a room with me?
Well, of course we charge you to sit with you. You see anyone else sitting at your feet voluntarily? Room-to-room barking? You don't get service like that for nothing. Ball's got a $10 an hour minimum.
You charge me to play ball? I thought you liked ball.
Yeah, right. Guess again. $75 to sleep on the bed with you. Flat rate.
I am such a fool. I had no idea I was paying you to cover my bed with grime and bugs. And what are those little hard chunks anyway?
Ah, listen, we throw those in at cost.
Well, you know, I am glad we had this little talk because these are all services I can live without. Plus, you destroy my tapes, you eat my shoes, you ate a Presto log, you broke into my closet and you ate my Christmas ornaments.
I'm sure there was a work order issued on that. We went into golden time that day. You know, it's dangerous to eat Christmas ornaments.
I gotta tell you, I've given this enough thought. I'm gonna have to let you both go.
What the hell does that mean?
I mean, you're fired. Both of you are fired. Come on, let's go. Let's get out of here.
Oh, no,
You're
you
done.
don't. You can't just fire us. Yeah, we have a contract.
Come on, get the hell
You're looking
out.
at
Go on,
lawsuit
get out.
time now,
Get
babes.
out. Go on, get out.
Well, now what do we do? We'll starve. Open up. Come on. Open up. Oh, gee. Hey, let's bark constantly. That always makes her nuts.
Okay, come back in.
By the way, that stunt is going to cost you.
As my journey into the wide world of glamour drew to a close, I not only found ways to make my own personal contributions, but I began to encounter opportunities to be creative as well. Opportunities like this one.
It's Your Name Cosmetics. Your name, whatever you want. It could be Anahita. It could be anything you wish to do.
You don't care what we call it?
Whatever you wish. Whatever will sell for you.
So I could call it like Queasy Monkey Cosmetics.
Want to make money? If you think, I don't know if that'll make you money. Well, this is a great color. It's Rose Flame.
But I could rename them now that it's my cosmetics.
Yeah, you sure can.
So I can call it like Slime Bucket Pink.
You can. Anything you wish. There's no rules to Your Name Cosmetics. It's your own creativity.
I don't know whether or not I should get my own cosmetics company because I don't know how to name them very well.
You have to be very, very creative, and marketing is the key.
Speaking of marketing, here's an idea whose time is now.
We do makeovers on the computer. We do makeup and different hairstyles so a client can actually see what they look like before they get their hair cut or colored.
What have we done to me here?
Well, actually, what we did to you, we heightened your hair and we put a shorter hairstyle on you, put some more makeup.
And do you think it looks more glamorous, would you say?
I think so.
And you did a nice job on the microphone, too.
Colored it up for you.
Yes, breakthroughs like this one may soon lead the way to a master race of uniformly glamorous people. So what exactly are you doing?
I'm exercising, the easy way.
So what do you do to keep yourself from getting bored silly doing this?
Well, you concentrate on the exercise, number one. Then
now, what are you concentrating on right now?
Right now, I'm concentrating on having a buttock squeeze and pelvic tilt and keeping my legs resisting pressing against the pads.
So that's enough to occupy your mind for the time being?
For now.
This is much more interesting than tennis.
By the way, Merrill, are we going to play tennis today?
No, what would be the point? I mean, you know who'd win.
You would, Merrill.
I'm an awfully good player, aren't I?
Oh, sure. You do everything well. By the way, do we get to keep our wardrobe after the show?
No, everything goes back by 10.
I knew that.
Did you?
Injecting a healthy dose of glamour into everyday life is very important, which is why even a simple dinner at home can be glamorous if everyone has the proper attitude. My assistants, Ron and Don. They coordinated.
We're underway at the Veterans Memorial Auditorium.
I actually do prefer a lovely evening at home.
So do I.
Wine.
Why not?
Beautiful.
Just to start things here. Vincent goes all the way, blocked by Abdulaziz. Long pass out to Whitney and score nothing before you can blink an eye.
This wine is delicious.
It's very good, yes.
Oh, jeez, whoever the fag was that came up with the damn big hair for gals, I'd like to kill him. I can barely see the set over it.
I wonder if he likes the way I did my eyes. Cat eyes. Elizabeth Taylor eyes. A toast?
A toast. What exactly is she wearing that green crap for on her eyelids? Who does she think she is, Elizabeth Taylor?
Well, do you like the way I prepared the quesadillas? Goat cheese and marigold flowers. It's a very controversial recipe.
It's,
And he's called for
Very, very good.
Boy, where did they get that from?
Oh, that could have been another charging foul again. Jesus Christ, that ref is so full of crap.
Oh, God, I can't afford to be eating this many calories. I hope I'm not out of diuretics. I think I saw some parsley in the fridge. This is fun, isn't it?
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Really is, isn't it?
Oh, yeah,
yes.
it really is.
How come we don't have any scenes where we eat?
You know, one of the side benefits of a glamorous evening at home with just the two of you,
And the three of us.
and the three of us, is that a couple becomes so relaxed with one another that they feel they can talk about almost anything.
What's wrong?
I was just thinking about this very hysterical thing that happened to me in college.
What?
You know, I showed up drunk.
At a wrestling match. Yeah, several times. You got on the mat and actually wrestled some guy. Yeah. It's a very funny story.
So you know about it then?
Mm-hmm.
Did I ever tell you about the first time I ever wore wool?
No, that's a new one.
Well, remind me to go to the library one day so I can bone up on some more interesting data. I don't want to bore you.
It's not that you're boring me. You can babble to your heart's content if you just move your goddamn hair so I can watch the goddamn game.
Well, why don't I just move my goddamn body?
Could I have a sandwich?
Good game?
Oh, the refs are killing us. We can't win on the road.
This looks interesting. Is it good?
I wouldn't touch it. She's bringing sandwiches.
I was looking forward to this game all week, too. What's the score?
They won't draft anyone. They won't trade.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, Fred. Ron, Don, I'm not paying you guys good scale to sit here and watch this game with Fred Willard. Let's go.
No, this is a good game.
No, I'm sorry. Let's go. Fred, I'm very sorry. Sorry for the interruption. Let's go.
And Abdulaziz gets called.
Oh, come on, will you?
Oh, boy, referee Jimmy Nolan. Gotta be fitted for some spectacles before these games are over.
Thank you.
Boy, where did that come from?
Well, that was my guide to glamorous living. And I think if we've learned anything at all here tonight, what we've learned is that... Oh, now what?
Hi, Merrill.
What happened here?
He's dead. I shot him. I had to do it. He didn't appreciate your glamour. Besides, he wasn't paying attention. I did it for you, Merrill.
I don't believe it. I go and I get all my little high-powered show business friends to show up, and I rent all these gowns, and then you go and ruin everything by shooting someone.
I'm sorry.
Well, maybe sorry, don't get it, pal. This is exactly the kind of publicity I didn't need.
You're not mad at me, are you?
Of course I'm mad at you. I don't condone senseless homicide. And more than that, who do you think is going to remember how glamorous I am now? No one. You're just going to remember I'm the one who had the little show on Cinemax where a guy got shot.
I said I was sorry. You don't think I'm in trouble, do you?
Of course you're in trouble. You shot a guy.
Yeah, but there weren't any witnesses. Besides you, of course.
Well, that's where you're wrong. The thing's on Cinemax.
Exactly. There aren't any witnesses. Besides, he's just a model. I'll call up the agency. They'll send over another guy right away, blind. What's his suit size?
I don't believe it. Everything I do gets screwed up.
Merrill, come on. They love this on Dynasty.
I have the worst luck.
It ain't much.